your sweater to muffle the screams
No,
of
that's the
someone.
call.
Really now?
Yep.
But what about the panic struggling and everything? What are you going to keep them tied down with then?
You use one hand to hold their arms and then the sweater to muffle them. We're not. Are we live yet, Dorian?
Let me. Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh shit. Oh, never mind.
Sorry there.
We'll
I was just taking notes.
Yeah, we'll have to finish that conversation later.
Alrighty, everyone's all ready. We are not bad people. We just think a little differently. Welcome to our show. Oh man, this is gonna be an exciting show. We got United Nations Demons. We're in the dirty 30s right now, almost halfway through the 35th episode. So
this show's older than me.
Wow.
number going up wise, at least.
Oh.
So we got a guy, a girl, and a talking demon head right now. So
Yes. Yes, I have my camera on because I'm not decent. Well,
We
I'm
just
never
need a
decent.
pizza place. And I will partially be on mute because Soren has a guest over that's helping them with Farmville.
Alrighty. Sounds like a plan.
all right.
I'm taking a look at the chat. Let's see. We got Moat in the audience. Hey, Moat, how's it going? Kawaii's Witch. What's up, Kawaii's Witch? And Robert Redmayne. What's up, Robert? How you doing? So we got some of the usual suspects here.
That's good to see. I hope you all are having a wonderful Sunday. I know in Calgary here it's like plus 35 and it's killer. So.
Wow.
Ooh, somebody made me a moderator of the chat. People beware.
Yep. Shit's gonna go down.
Yeah, just don't go all Steve Dives. They're blocking everybody. So.
Yep.
All right, so we got a wonderful show. Wonderful show. I got the video ready. So after we're done with all these pleasantries, we can kick the minions aside and get right to the action. So.
But the minions are fun. The minions are adorable. And I had no idea what 30 is compared to 30 that's in the United States because you guys go by a weird system and we go by Fahrenheit.
Yeah, they use that whole Celsius system or something like that. Something Celsius.
Celsius.
Celsius, yeah. They use that one for some freaking reason. Get with the times. Wait, no, the USA is the only one that uses the old way.
Yeah. So what is 35 Celsius in normal language?
35 times what is it? Fuck. I have to know this for plumbing too, because I have to be able to convert for both American units and Canadian units. But let me just grab my calculator here. All right, calculator.
I just keep hitting refresh.
You mean your cell phone that's a calculator?
It is actually the most handy thing I've ever brought on the job site. I got my code book, got my rules in here. Everything's in here.
Yeah, that's the great thing about smartphones. You can put a lot of little stuff that you would normally like have to look up or whatever. It's really nice.
So instead of carrying around, like, I got books like freaking that thick, PDF, and easily search for it. It's so nice.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of books that you can download and just put onto your phone too.
Like The White Witch from William Schnoblin. So
we got a Distracted Mind Productions in the chat. Do you know them?
I know them, yeah.
Okay.
He's actually responsible for hooking me up with a couple of my computer parts. So very good.
Nice.
So he's a good guy. He's just messing around. Hopefully he doesn't go too far. So.
Oh, I figured that. Because he said Dorian loves 3 == left parentheses. No, excuse me, right parentheses. No, not right parentheses. What the hell's that thing called? Yeah, right parentheses. Is it
Bracket.
parentheses? Bracket. Thank you.
Thingy.
No, it's not a bracket.
No, wait. No, yeah, that's parentheses. That's a
It is
parentheses thingy.
parentheses.
But,
Okay. Okay.
and
So
apparently he's your brother.
Yeah. So what is 3 equal sign right parentheses mean? I don't get it.
If you look at it as if it was a picture, it will make
Okay.
a lot more sense.
Okay.
I get it. Dirty.
Ooh. Oh, he made a dirty picture. Ooh. That's clever. Do you think anybody on the internet's ever thought of that?
I've got into some pretty crazy ones where it shows like a guy flipping over a table. Like you can get some pretty crazy ones. So
I'm just messing with you, distracted. Moat's all, it's a penis, you idiot. It's a penis.
this is for you to distract mine. You're driving me to drink. So
Yep. That happens. I drive people to drink.
alrighty. And whiskey, best whiskey.
Mo, we don't need to type boobies into the calculator.
Five 5138008, and then turn it upside down. Boobies.
So I was at the thrift shop today, just looking around at some stuff, and I found 2 very unique items. I am proud to announce that I have, it's not a big book in the book or Scientology collection, but I actually have my first book on Scientology.
Oh, wow.
It's a Scientology rehab.
wow.
It's for rehab though, but I'm starting to find them in Calgary. I'm kind of scared, but happy I can add more stuff, you know?
So what do you mean it's for rehab?
It's all about, it's called Clear Mind and Body, and it's from the harmful effects of drugs and toxic substances.
Mm.
So, and it gets into some weird stuff, but mwah.
So now you're going to become a Scientologist, huh?
Oh, first me, then you guys, and then I got to work my way up there because Scientology, if you're just a normal person, you're pretty low. I got to get a couple steps above. So
Okay. What's the name of that guy who's into Scientology? He's pretty famous, a short guy. Tom Hanks. No, not Tom Cruise. Yeah. So if we see posters of Tom Cruise in your room, we're gonna get worried.
Though if they're in Dorian's room, he better be topless or there'd be a problem.
No, they'll be like fully clothed. Then we'll really be worried.
Yes, then we'll be terrified.
Yes.
pray all the gay way, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it'll be autographed from the great wizard of Scientology.
Oh
hail.
my god.
You know,
man.
Scientology was a hoax that went horribly wrong, right? You know that, right?
And he just started collecting all the money saying, fuck it!
Yeah,
I
he's
get
like,
paid to do this shit.
yep, and created a religion.
I should really try to do that, man. I'll create my own religion. The religion of a boot and stuff like that. And
There you go. The great
all about karma.
Yeah, what
The
you do
almighty
is
of
you channel a boot. You write down some stuff. You claim that you found them somewhere, like in the woods when you were exploring one day, and you were the chosen prophet of a boot.
I found them on some golden tablets buried underneath the ground.
Yep.
Shh, you can't do the tablets. The Mormons will sue you.
Golden scrolls.
There you go. That'll work. It's close enough.
10% difference, and it's not a copyright issue anymore. So
Yes. Moat is asking, was it a bet between L. Ron Hubbard and LaVey? I don't know if it was L. Ron Hubbard and LaVey. I think it was. I actually don't know who it. I want to say L. Ron Hubbard and crap. What's his name? The rocket scientist. Shoot, it was. I don't think it was LaVey. I'd have to look it up. But
Stephen Hawking's?
no, it wasn't Stephen Hawking. It was prior to that. It was a very famous rocket scientist who was into the occult. But his name's escaping me right now. He was shit. Yeah, I can't think of his name right now. Scientology. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
I won't even try to.
And
crowd.
all of this just because he's a science fiction writer, and then he's like, hey, look, I'm going to make up this religion. Oh, crap, why are people believing it? Well, I'm getting paid for it. Fuck it.
Yeah, really.
Money. They're giving me money for this bullshit. Let's go with it. Fuck it. I'll get paid to be a liar. That works. I'll be like every politician out there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, I love this show. You could talk about weird stuff, and it's like, oh, yep. Sorry, guys, we're going to hell anyway. Why not? So.
See, now that's driving me nuts. Now I got to look it up.
We knew it would. That's why we were waiting for it.
Bullshit reason too, and stuff like that, and like, it was between Albert and Bill Nye. They were drinking at a pub one night, and Bill Nye said, "You know what? Science needs a religion." And L. Ron Hubbard was like, "You know what? I'm on it, man."
I'm on it.
So he made
Hold my beer.
He made a science fiction religion. They're actually, and I've drove past this church a few times, called Christian Scientists. I don't know how to feel about this.
That's almost like when I see like Wiccan, Christian Wiccans and stuff like that. It's just like you tilt your head to the side and you're just like, what were they smoking?
Yeah.
Can I get some of that?
Sense.
Did you find your magical answer yet?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like going into the whole history of it. I'm just trying to find out
Oh,
who it was that who he was talking to. That kind of up.
oh man. Like Christian Science and Scientology have some pretty crazy ideas for the body and stuff like that, and how to heal the body. It is even has stuff in here for clothing.
So Moat is saying the Christian Scientists are the ones that think modern medicine is evil, and only prayer is the key to get well. And if you die, it's all God's will. No, if you die, just called your parents are stupid, and so are you if you continue living this lifestyle and you're an adult. I don't think praying anything away works.
Yeah, it was Jack Parsons.
Jack Parsons.
Yeah, Jack Parsons, who was one of the people who started the Order Temple Orientis in California, well, in America.
Well, actually, that thing on Christian Science is true. I have a little Christian Science. It's called the Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures. Try to get that in focus there. Oh, focus. It's not focusing.
You'll have to hold it for a second.
But it is that crazy. I got shaky hands though. Let's see if I can do it. Hands are too shaky. But it is just like that. Let's say that you break your leg and they want to give you painkillers. It would be against this book right here for you to take those painkillers. You would have to suck it up and deal with it without any kind of modern help, any kind of help like that.
Yep.
Yep. And if it hurt you really bad, then your faith in God
Well-
just isn't strong enough.
I think the worst of it is when their kids have cancer and they refuse to let them have treatment.
Yeah.
It's like, really, you're great parents.
What's even worse is the vaxxers because they won't allow their children to get vaccinated. So then they'll get some disease, and then they'll go to school and they'll spread it to other kids.
Yeah, the kids who can't be vaccinated because of medical issues or they're generally allergic to the vaccination, which those are the only exceptions I see to the vaccination rules, or if they're allergic or medical reasons they cannot be vaccinated. And it sucks for others.
And Moat says, you hurt because you touch yourself at night. If you hurt and you're touching yourself at night, Moat, you might be doing it wrong.
You might be doing it very wrong. Maybe you should put the spike gloves away before you touch that. That might hurt. Wait, that's a bad idea, Moat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you are doing it wrong, honey.
Yeah. Unless you're into that thing. If you're into it, then don't worry about it.
Besides, you don't know what I do in my bedroom at night, Mo. How do you know?
And
You
with
don't
that,
wanna-
I'll see you guys later. I'm out of here.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks.
YouTube just pulls the plug on us.
I'm shocked they haven't yet. And we have 93 subscribers, so apparently people like our stuff. That's awesome. We're almost to 100, guys. It's a
Whoa.
miracle in some religion.
Awesome. And now we got to start getting t-shirts and just whoring ourselves out there. It's just like Heathen Haven brand soap, Heathen Haven brand.
Even brand soap. No, I think if anything, we should make a beer, Heathen Haven beer.
Yes. we
that
need to
would
make
be
a beer.
perfect.
It needs to be a mead because
Yes,
we're heathens.
yes.
So Soren actually came up with a good idea, and unfortunately, I'm going to be one of the people doing it. They want to make a channel called Drunken Heathens. And basically, once a week, we sit down and try different kinds of beers that people have either suggested or just saying that Soren will try it and I will try it, so everybody gets to see my I don't like this beer, where's a bucket to spit it in face. And also do things like that on live stream, like Drunken Pagan Night.
Okay.
Everybody on the rules for that is everybody on screen has to be drinking something.
I'll tune in.
A bunch of
I got
drunk
a huge-
people.
I got moonshine, I got scotch, I got Jamaican rum, I got Polish vodka, I got Everclear, I got Canadian whiskey. I got beer from 4 different countries. I'd be good. I
Damn.
do not have a problem.
Although I have yet to drink a beer that I would actually spit out.
I have
Black Ice.
actually.
Really? Wow. Okay. What was it?
Oh, let's see. There's a laundry list of beers I don't like. I'm one of those people that I either have to have a sweet kind of beer, like a cider, or honey mead, or I even like elderberry mead. I cannot take too much of the hop. I like a little bit more hoppy than I do some of the other things in it. A lot of the freaking beers that they have out there. One of them that I really hate is called Monster Mash. It is one of Soren's favorites. And the only red ale I can stomach is what was it called again, Soren? No, the red ale that I can actually drink. Yeah, it's Killigan. So.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I've even drank generic beer, and I stomached that. A long time ago, some friends and we decided to have a generic party.
Oh
So we
God.
bought generic beer. We had generic chips, generic salsa. This was back in when like the early 90s when generic things were coming out. And so they had like a whole line of just generic things, and it was just black print on white. And it was just called generic. And so we decided to have a generic party and had nothing but generic beer.
I would love to try the generic beer just to figure out what it tastes like and to see how much I want to puke it back up.
Oddly enough, very, very generic.
Though there is a beer out there that is rather good. I kind of like it okay. Soren lives by it. It's called Odin's Gift.
Hmm.
It actually is relatively decent. So let's stop talking about liquor and start talking about this evil video of doom.
Oh, okay.
The evil video. Let's see.
Yeah, because
here.
it's one thing we all get to do.
Oh, I want to do this.
No,
Or
you
do
don't
I
want to do
wanna-
that. Don't do it.
And I'll kill my camera.
Whoa! Whoa, we're all going crazy. We're all going crazy here.
Parallel universes.
Yeah, really.
All right, everyone can see this?
You need to present to all.
Present to all. Oh, man, you guys make it so complicated for me. Every
Come
time.
on, Dorian, present. Present to us.
Present.
There you go.
And then get the video.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Because we're running down.
Alrighty.
There we go. We're not in a tunnel.
I've rewinded it for 30 seconds. I'm not sure if I should rewind it anymore. So for anyone who missed the last episode, this is pretty much how the United Nations is secretly working for Satan or whatever, and it's all doing body level evil. Anyone care to sum it up, or is that a pretty good summary?
Yeah, I think that's a good summary. So really what it is this belief that the United Nations wants to create a one world government and a one world religion. That's what the big thing about the in particular the United Nations, and the fact that Lucis Trust is in the same building as the United Nations at one time. So are people in the chat, are they seeing the video?
Oh, let me check.
Yes,
It's popping up on my cell phone.
Okay, good.
All right, I think I can hit space bar.
Because we know
Yeah.
these people, because we know of their connections, and we know of the Lucis Trust and its dissemination of occult material across the earth, we can be absolutely sure, friends, that this is not
Everyone can hear that okay?
Mhm.
All right, sweet.
Christian at all. This is not Christianity. This is not for Christ. This is against Christ. This is Antichrist. The so-called restoration of the
This
plan on
is
Earth
Antichrist.
prayer is important. Firstly, we need to gain some understanding about what the plan is. In her book, The Externalization of the Hierarchy, which opens with the Great Invocation meditation, Alice Bailey makes it clear that part of the plan relates directly to the Jews. Bailey writes, the Jews are instruments in the working out of the plan for the production of certain syntheses and to bring humanity to certain realizations and decisions. Bailey believed that the Jews represent the energy and the life of a previous.
You guys getting tired of
solar
how it's
system,
always the
and
Jews?
that they are the descendants of the people.
Yeah. Pause it for 1 second.
I was about
and
to say,
teaching.
why do they always pick on Jews?
That is
I
why the
have
Jew
no
is-
I have no idea, but you're right. They do. It comes. There's so many conspiracy theories. It comes down to it's the Jews' fault. It's actually frightening, and I don't know why. But I want to look up, because I have externalization of the hierarchy here. So I'm going to look that. I just want to see
Okay.
if it's actually true.
But
Because-
from Muhammad to Hitler, Eric Cartman, it's always been the Jews.
Exactly. I was about to say. Do they think that, like, okay, we're going to go by Hitler's idea and say it's all the Jews' fault because that's the perfect fall guy?
Let me see.
I've read like the Torah. I've read the Tanakh. It's not really that radical.
So let me see. Can you, if you hit J on your keyboard, it'll back it up like I think 10 seconds or something.
Yep.
Okay. So the Jews are instruments in the working. Of course, he doesn't give a page number. Jews are instruments. Okay.
The Juden are
Okay, so
instruments in the working out of the plan for the production of certain synthesis.
So it's taken. It's a second sentence in a paragraph. Before it is, I would point out here that the fourth energy focused in the Jewish problem is definitely producing cleavage as a part of the divine plan. The Jews are instruments in the working out of the plan for the production of certain synthesis and to bring humanity to certain realizations and decisions. A close study of this tabulation will bring you much of knowledge. However, it only expresses the present situation in this interim period between the old Piscean age, which is passing, and the new Aquarian age, which is coming in. It depicts this present world cycle. The emphasis of the rays changes in connection with the last two types of energy expressions quite constantly because they are symbolic in this day and age of the personality nature and its physical and emotional forms. So I think especially with this particular, when this was written back in the 1900s, 1930s, you know, they kind of broke up the races of the world into certain categories, and I think the Jewish people were one particular race. But I think everybody knows about the Aquarian age and the Piscean age, but especially the what the hell's the name of it? The organization that Alice Bailey was a part of, which was the Theosophical Society, they honestly believed that the beginning of the Aquarian age was coming. And again, for those of you who understand astrology, they don't know exactly when the Aquarian age is supposed to begin, but it's supposed to be somewhere around this time. And when the Aquarian age comes in is when the world enters into a time period of great knowledge and understanding, and it's supposed to be a very enlightening age. And that is one of the things that they truly believed, and that's probably, and I think that's what she's writing about in this particular part of the book. So yes, the quote is correct, but he's taking it, it sounds like he's taking it out of context.
Decisions. Bailey believed that the Jews represent the energy and the life of a previous solar system, and that they are the descendants of a people that failed to make the grade. According to Bailey's teachings, the Jewish race was the highest product of that past solar system, and that is why the Jew has insisted upon being separated from all other races, because they brought with them from the previous solar system the belief that his race was the chosen people. Bailey writes that now the Jew must learn the lesson of absorption and cease his wandering. Bailey believes that not only should the so-called insistent belief of the Jew have been relinquished long ago, but that belief has also governed the law of marriage, which also should have ceased thousands of years ago. This helps us to discern.
What? Is he now saying that everybody should stop getting married? Not only gay people? So everybody should not be marrying? Am I hearing this correctly?
Oh, I started thinking Star Trek, like people from beyond have come and they failed, and now they must suffer, and the One Ring to rule them all.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know how much of this is him and how much of it, because a lot of Alice Bailey's writings and the Theosophical Society, I mean, they're pretty new agey. I mean, that's kind of heavy-handed considering that they're part of the New Age movement, or pretty much started it. But they're very New Agey and believe in this, like I said, the Aquarian Age and space aliens, and they have some pretty wild ideas. Let's just put it that way. So I think he's playing off of that, but just kind of exaggerating it. But they do have some kind of crazy ideas, or wild ideas, I should say.
It is nothing teaches Bailey that has caused the stirring up and global. One of the ways to bring about world peace is for the Jewish people to undergo what she calls racial fusion, and a letting go of his own separative tendencies and of his deep sense of persecution. Once the Jew understands that the law of karma is working out against him because of his racial acts and deeds of conquest, terrorism and cruelty, then the solution will follow. However, as yet, Bailey writes, the Jews neither share understanding, love or right action in helping to arrive at the solution. Bailey writes, this problem is also capable of solution if properly recognized for what it is.
Where's the quote? Where's the page number? Where's the book?
Themselves to solve it and to be cooperative in the world efforts to adjust that problem. Get done because the average Jew is lonely and unsettled, able to do little to put himself right before the world. Now, friends, Hitler believed the same.
So yeah, so okay, so the whole concept of so one of the things about the Theosophical Society is they really put other cultures and other religions kind of up on a pedestal. One of them was the Indian race and the Hindu religion. They really put that one up on a pedestal, and they really brought the idea of karma and the idea of the chakras really kind of into Western culture and part of their the Theosophical Society. Another one was the Kabbalah. The Kabbalah was another one. So they really put the Jewish people on a pedestal and believed them to be sort of, I mean, if you look at almost every single magical grimoire, they always use the Jewish alphabet, and you can exchange it for numbers, and so the Kabbalah and the Jewish characters are very wrapped up into, especially like most ceremonial magic and a lot of magical books. So they believed, Alice Bailey and the Theosophical Society really believed that the Jewish people were sort of kind of a little more enlightened. So that's what he's playing off at this point.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But was less choosy with his words. Only when this Jewish bacillus infecting the life of peoples has been removed can one hope to establish a cooperation amongst the nations which shall be built up on a lasting understanding. Now, of course, Hitler's answer for the solution to the problem differed, as we know from the outcome of Göring's infamous memo, which referred to the final solution of the Jewish people. Now, Bailey writes that the major racial problem for many centuries has been the Jewish race, and it is this, she believes, that brought Germany to a critical point. Bailey describes the Nazi view, which she was apparently opposed to, concerning Judeo-Christian beliefs. Christian teaching and Christian ethics must necessarily be eliminated. Christianity must also be overthrown because it is based on Jewish sources. The rule of Christ must come to an end. Another indication, friends, that Christ they're waiting for.
So sorry, can you back it up for just 1 second?
5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Christian teaching. Okay, I just want to look up.
Gonna pick this one apart, hey?
Yeah. Well, it's just because there's also supposed to be this 10-point plan that supposedly was created by Alice Bailey or somebody, but I've never been able to find it, so I was just wondering. So let me see. So yeah, again, he's taken that particular thing out of context. Before it says the standard of living in both hemispheres will be lowered. Everything will be related to the good of Germany, and no other nation will be considered. Christian teaching and Christian ethics must necessarily be eliminated because Germany regards Christianity as its divine founder as eff- effeminate and weak. Oh, effeminate and weak, as emphasizing the softer qualities of human nature and as responsible for the decadence of all nations, except Germany. Christianity must also be overthrown because, based on Jewish sources, the rule of Christ must come to an end because only the rule of force is right. And this is in context of, it's talking about the Axis world order, which she is writing about the New World Order. So she's writing about the New World Order. It's not what she believed.
Once again, out of context.
Right, exactly. So it's not that she's saying this. She's saying this in context of this supposed New World Order or Axis world order.
Overthrown because it is based on Jewish sources. The rule of Christ must come to an end. Another indication, friends, that the Christ they're waiting for is not the Christ of the Bible. Bailey then describes her view concerning Judeo-Christian beliefs. Bailey blames the Apostle Paul and later theologians of the church for incorrectly interpreting scripture so as to bridge the gap between the spiritual future of the world and the Jewish dispensation which should have been passing out. She goes on to say that the teachings of the Son of God have been largely ignored and that the failure of Christianity can be traced to its Jewish background. In her view, loving action and loving service should have been taught instead of the blood sacrifice and the emphasis on the existence of a wrathful God needing to be placated by death, and which embodied the threats of Old Testament Jehovah in the Christian teaching of hellfire. Now, exactly where the difference lies, friends, between Bailey's beliefs concerning Nazi ideology and our own teachings is confusing, to say the least. According to Bailey, the Nazis wanted to overthrow Christianity because it was based on Judaism. They believed the rule of Christ must come to an end.
No, Hitler was a Christian. If anything, they believed in the Christian value. They believed in the Christian world. Hitler, all of the SS soldiers had belt buckles that, that they had like a Christian slogan on them. And Alice Bailey, being part of the Theosophical Society, like I said earlier, they really put other cultures and other races up on a pedestal, especially like Native Americans, Indians from India, the Hebrew faith, the Jews, Chinese. They really put Chinese up on a pedestal too. So to believe that they would share ideologies with Nazis is ludicrous. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well, that's the whole thing there.
Hmm?
Christianity can be like her sentence. The problem with Christianity can be traced back to its Jewish roots. It's just like there is. If there wasn't traced back to the Jewish roots, there would be no Christianity. And
yeah, but she's also talking. She's writing about. So this is from something she wrote in November of 1939. So this was right during World War II. So she's talking about the evils of the world and how the Nazi Germany wanted to create this one world. Let me see. I mean, if somebody wants to, if somebody's interested in this, they can look up externalization of the hierarchy PDF, and they should be able to find it because it's free online. But this book, a lot of this book is about prophecies, or talking about how the world has been developing and how it's an awful world and it's moving into the Aquarian age. So that's what she's talking. She's talking about how the world is right now, and how it's going to be moving into this new Aquarian age.
Bailey teaches that so-called failure of Christianity can be attributed to the fact that it is based on Judaism, and that the atoning blood sacrifice of Jesus Christ was a mistake. Let us make no mistake here, friends. Bailey, like Nazism, makes it clear Judaism should be eliminated, or in Bailey's more diplomatic phraseology, absorbed or racially fused, and that Christianity is by default a failure because it is based on Judaism. By declaring Christianity a failure, is not Bailey also attempting to overthrow Christianity? And by suggesting that the blood sacrifice of Christ was a theological error, is she not also proclaiming that the rule of Christ should come to an end?
But there would be no Islam without Judaism also, though, because Muslims worship the Jewish God pretty much. Like if you look back at it, the way they came and stuff like that, they believe they are the true Jews. They believe that they are the true followers of the Lord. So
And just like Hitler suggested. Now, considering the ideas of Theosophy's founder Blavatsky, the anti-Semitic sentiments taught by Bailey should come as no surprise at all. We mentioned earlier how Blavatsky promoted the belief of the Aryan race, which influenced Hitler and led to the Holocaust.
No. So Aryan in this context is a particular sect of Hindus called Aryans. It's not the Aryan race. That's where everybody trips it up. So it's not the Aryan race. It's the Hindu Aryans. The Indo-Aryans split off around 18 to 1600 BCE from the Iranians, whereas the Indo-Aryans migrated into Anatolia and the northern part of the Indian subcontinent. So that's what she's talking about. She's not talking about the Aryan race. She's talking about the Indo-Aryans. It's a sect of it's the Hindu Aryans.
Taking her beliefs from Blavatsky, had strong feelings concerning the Jewish race too. Although Bailey did not condone the atrocities committed against the Jewish race throughout history, we can see that her rationale concerning the Jews is indeed disturbing and certainly doesn't help to stem the tide of Jewish persecution.
What the hell is that's like taken completely out of where the hell is that from?
do you really expect to get site like an indication where he got this information, man? It's all going to be hey, what's that sentence floating there in the sky? Oh, grabbed it and insert. So
to this day. In 1953, Bailey wrote of the Jews that aggressive history, as narrated in the Old Testament, is on a par with present-day German accomplishment. Today, the law is working and the Jews are paying the price, factually and symbolically, for all they have done in the past. They have never yet faced candidly and honestly, as a race, the problem of why so many nations from the time of the Egyptians have never liked them or wanted them. It has always been the same down the centuries, yet there must be some reason inherent in the people themselves when the reaction is so general and universal. That approach to that direful problem has been one of supplication or of a distressed complaint or of unhappy despair. That demand has been for the Gentile nations to put the matter right, and many Gentiles have attempted to do so, until, however...
It's funny if you actually look back into it. Only in the Jewish text does it say that the Egyptians hated the Jews. All the archaeological evidence is that the people working on the pyramids did it for the love and the spiritual aspect that they'll be buried near their pharaoh. And apparently the Egyptians that worked on the pyramids, they had like stuff like that who would take care of them after a day's work. So
yeah, I mean, I've heard different. I think one of the leading historians and archaeologists believe that the pyramids were actually not slave labor. They were actually workers from neighboring areas around, and so it wasn't slave labor. I think that's the latest working theory. But again, we don't know exactly what happened back then. But yeah, there is evidence to believe that it wasn't slave labor. And also, I was going to comment that picture before. Those people working out there in the desert sure did have some pretty pale skin.
Yeah, they did. But what I remember also from even learning about Egypt in school, that there was a chance that because of how the quote-unquote slave quarters looked, it looked like permanent workers' quarters because they had their entire family there. They lived there. They had it seemed to be like a normal, just like a workers' village, like a old mining town would be. It's one of the things that would pop up when they're building a tomb and then disappear after they're done with the pyramids. Because a lot of the people who worked on some of the pyramids that did a lot of the planning out, I don't think that it was as much slave labor going on as people first believed. I do think there was a bit of slave labor, but not a ton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because almost every single country at some point in time had slaves. Most of them were slaves from war. You know, Romans had slaves, Greeks had slaves, Chinese had slaves, Africans had slaves. I mean, everybody had slaves, and they were usually booty from war. They, you know, you conquered a land and they became slaves. But you know, I mean, you don't want to have slaves like in working out and doing well and eating well, because they're basically just disposable. So, and also you don't want them to get into an uprising. So you're not going to house them and take care of them and let their families live with them and all this stuff. But you would do that with probably like a skilled worker, you know.
I hear you.
But the Jews themselves face up to the situation and admit that there may be for them the working out of the retributive aspect of the law of cause and effect. And until they endeavour to ascertain what it is in them as a race which has initiated that ancient and dire fate, this basic world issue will remain as it has been since the very night of time. The encouragement of this kind of shocking teaching must lead to a stark indictment of the United Nations.
So
What
this drives me nuts. This is not on the building. This thing right here, that image of Lucius Trust, it's not on the building. Somebody superimposed that on there. It's not on the United Nations building. I mean, you can Google the image, and it's not in there. It's not on there.
Thinking. Listing under their civil society organisations, the Lucis Trust, whose apparent expert field of activity is culture, human rights, humanitarian affairs and values. What about the culture and the human rights of the Jewish people, who the founder of the Lucis Trust believes should be eradicated? What about the rights of Christians and the
When did anybody who works in Lucius Trust ever say that?
Probably on Reddit or something, man.
No, yeah, really, yeah. I mean, I don't even think it's on Reddit, to be quite honest, because they never said it.
Values taught in Christianity, which Bailey says are nothing more than a failure because they are based on Judaism. Now, these ideas don't sound expert at all, do they? They sound racist, anti-Semitic, anti-Christian, and in truth resonate more with Adolf Hitler's Nazi ideology. But Bailey gets away with this malevolent teaching because she has carefully packaged it with a terminology like the plan of the Great Invocation in order to hide her true demonic agenda. Now, friends, taking into account everything we have discovered so far, last week and also in previous weeks when we talked about the Nazi roots of the European Union, but also the anti-Semitic and anti-Christian teachings propagated through the United Nations Civil Society Organization, the Lucis Trust, and the UN's own occultic aspirations, it's not too difficult, is it, to imagine how the Bible prophecies concerning the rise of the Antichrist could easily be fulfilled in our day.
All right, I gotta stop it there because it's going to start getting into some loud after stuff. So, boom, and stop sharing. All right. Welcome back, guys.
Isn't there a number 3 of that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let me look. Why do you guys want more about the Lucius?
Well, if it's a trilogy, we should finish it off. I mean, it's only right.
Yeah.
Well, the original trilogy was better.
Lady.
The original trilogy.
So many videos.
Yeah, they do. I thought I put it in the view later folder.
It's
Watch
not
later.
popping on
It's
my
not?
thing here.
Oh, okay.
And in
Sorry.
her videos, I only see 2 of them here.
Okay. All right. Maybe I didn't put it in there. Sorry.
Explore instead of Google Chrome because it works just a little bit Hangouts and videos at the same time. So. I'm using Internet Explorer instead of Google. So for some reason it don't pop up on here.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can find it.
And if anyone in our audience has any questions about what you may have witnessed, now's the time to ask.
All I know is I'm sitting here going, wow.
Yeah, really. Wow.
They're making everything out to be one general belief system's fault. And I'm just like, why would you do that? I mean, dear lords, I mean, I don't go around saying it's Christianity's fault that I get persecuted against. No, it's idiots' faults, not any one belief system.
All right, so I found part 2. I'm trying to find part 3.
All I can find is the 2 parts, even when I search it in the search engine. So, I found how the UN works, the doctrine of Dominion Code Clip, Chapter 10. Big United Nations secrets they don't want out, but just leaked. These people are obsessed, man. Like, there's a huge community on here. It's just any whack job with Adobe Premiere can do it. So,
well, I found one that we could watch. It's a really quick one.
all right.
I'll send
I'll send it in a little group.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just paste it in the Hangout.
Yeah.
And then you can get it from there. And while we're looking at this one, I'll see if I can find the part 3.
All right. Save link. Learning.
I don't think there is a part 3. I'm not seeing it.
Really? I would think there would be because
right.
how he ended it left it open.
Yeah, I agree with you, Loki, but I'm not seeing it.
Wiccans, witches, pagans, and occultists. What
Yep.
are you searching for? What is our audience searching for when you come on here? What do you see?
I think they're on here because they want to see an accidental nip slip, or they just want to sit here and laugh so hard at people. I don't know which.
On right now, and I'm not going to have my nip slip on camera. So
Yeah, there's no nip slip here.
Well, you see a bunny rabbit on mine, so have fun with the bunny.
Yes, see a bunny nip slip.
all right, there we go. Shared to everybody. And oh god, I gotta get ready for this one.
All right, so everybody, whip out a pad of paper and a pencil. We're gonna be scoring you.
Does my death
All right.
note count?
2, 1. Is that too loud for everyone?
It's really annoying, but
It's louder.
I don't think there's anything you can do. No, it's just annoying music. All right, hold on.
Is it just reading it? Do we have to read it all by ourselves?
Yes.
Okay.
So, okay, so we'll take, have you found any of this yet, or do you still find yourself striving and yearning and searching for all those things that he listed before, he or she listed before? So, chat, this is your chance. Give your answers now. We'll be scoring you. Yes, there are correct answers.
And yes, I agree with Mo. Reading is for losers. That's why we have so many books.
Exactly. It's why God invented video.
Learn to talk, people. Fuck.
Oh man. All right. So
All right, carry on.
Why are they using a song I actually like? How dare they?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, Doreen, can you lower the volume a little bit and read to them?
Read to them.
all right. Has anyone else noticed that this guy's probably just went onto Google, searched a whole bunch of random things like pictures, and just like popped them in like Windows Movie Maker?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could do a better video than this on Windows Movie Maker.
And I accept your challenge, and I will be expecting one within 1 week.
Dude, I'm still working on the Chalkboard Lady mockery, okay?
I know. I was just about to say, we're waiting on that video, Loki. What's going on?
I've been having some technical difficulties.
All
As
right.
in, I can't find where I put the dang Bible.
How do you misplace
You can
a
look it up.
Bible everywhere?
You can look it up. Oh, you need a physical Bible, right?
Yep.
No. Just use like a dictionary and put KJV on it.
That works too. Fuck it. I'm probably gonna do that.
Yeah, just find a big thick book and just put the huge letters like on an index card and tape it to it. KJV.
Yeah. Yeah, reading through what this person has put down, I'm pretty sure they also just copy and pasted words from somebody
The
else's
Bible?
video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this whole one that's scrolling right now is just from the book of Revelations. So
Oh God. Yeah, so it's not even important, people. You don't gotta worry about it. It's a book of Revelations.
Not important.
Just because we want to believe in other things and we hold truth with other things, apparently we're heathens.
man,
Wait.
the Vigilant Mario is better than this. So
I know.
Well, let's
Dude,
play.
you have
Let's play Vigilant I can speak really. Then let's play a Vigilant. Let's play Mario.
Let's play Mario. Yeah.
Hey,
And by the
Mario.
way, Robert, I don't have a coffee table. I have altars. That's about it.
I'm
It's
just
not a-
looking forward to the expressions you're going to come up with.
I have been practicing those expressions in the mirror, and I'm trying not to laugh as I'm doing it. So you guys better fucking appreciate this. Oh my God! Look at everything Mario has.
I chose my favorite. I'm sorry, guys. I must mute this commercial though.
Oh no, fidget spinners.
Oh, the fidget spinners.
exposing evil and preaching
mean,
the
volume.
gospel of Jesus Christ.
Here for a video to answer a question I've actually been asked by many parents, and that is the current fidget spinner correct? It's somehow or satanic.
The evil
And is
fidget
the
spinner.
Illuminati behind it?
The video is frozen on my end.
Yeah, here too.
No.
What's sad about the fidget spinners, they originally came out for people who have ADHD or autism or something, to focus on that and then to focus on other things at the same time. It was a method to help kids, and now it's a method to make a lot of money off of things. And I want that Illuminati fidget spinner because that is just
That's
freaking
cool,
awesome.
isn't it? The Eye of Providence fidget spinner.
Claims I've ever heard. People that have bought into the lie, and right away you're offended by me.
I want to spin it though. That'd be so
Listen
cool.
to the
I have
end
a
of this
Batman
video.
one, but
I'm
it
gonna make some
hurts.
sound logical arguments here to show you that this is nothing more than people trying to get YouTube views by spreading some sensational nonsense. Okay, so don't fall for it. All right, guys, so let's get right into it. Now, you probably already have heard or seen about the fidget spinners. I mean, there's not many people out there who are not aware of what they are. The kids love them. There are these little devices here that they put on their finger and they end up spinning. Now, obviously, the one here is in the sign of the Illuminati eye. Illuminati made it. No, it could just be some guy trying to make some money. I mean, he knows that this would sell to certain people and appeal to certain people.
I don't know, Mario. How do you know that? I think the Illuminati might have created it.
I like that
Well,
one.
he has-
I want it because it's cool. So it's doing its job.
And apparently it takes him 12 minutes to talk about the fidget spinner. So
Yes.
I'm not able to pinpoint exactly who created the fidget spinner. Looks like it came back from 1980s or something. Or the 90s or 80s. So it's been out for a while, but it's only been really popularized this year, and the kids are going crazy with it. But let's go ahead and check out this ridiculous claim. Supposedly, by putting your finger in the middle here, you're doing the 666. Now,
Oh my god. I do want the star one now too. That is kind of cool too.
Yeah, it was cool.
I don't know. I gotta say though, the best one. Let's see if I can get it right here, man. The blades.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
The biggest fad with them on YouTube right now is people making them into like deadly weapons, and yeah, going to the hospital because they're stupid.
something that I've been talking about.
This
on
is
my YouTube
crazy. I
channel for a
absolutely
while.
love it.
And this is something occultists will subliminally program in their music videos. But this is a sensational, insane claim. As you can see, even in the picture, the kid isn't even doing the proper 666 hand sign. He doesn't even have the right finger on there. So this is
What a noob.
a stretch and a half.
Level 1
Of course,
Illuminati
we're fidget
right there.
spinners
Yes,
made
really.
pentagrams and that. And sure, as a Christian, you shouldn't, have any of that or whatever. And then they go on to talk about the fact that it's symbolism for the unholy Trinity and all this stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, what the Bible says in Romans chapter 12, verse 3, it says,
I knew the Bible had
"For
something
I
to say about fidget
through
spinners,
the
man.
grace
Of
given
course. Of course.
every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to." And then here's the key part, "but to think soberly, according as God have dealt to every man."
Oh,
measure of faith."
soberly. Got it.
We're to have
I don't have
sound,
enough liquor
good
on me to
judgment.
see.
I mean, it's laid out right there in the King James Bible. Thou shalt not play with fidget spinners. I don't
in
understand.
church.
Yeah, I don't understand why people are don't understand it. God is opposed to fidget spinners.
And there's a picture of the guy who thought up this whole thing on the right there, probably.
No, he's woke because he's got an aluminum tinfoil hat. He's like super woke.
Basically,
He's like Alex Jones level woke.
Percent woke.
Worried is happening here with videos like this, and that is discredit real truth. You see, when people want to get some YouTube views and they're going to run with anything that they find without actually looking at the situation, what they're going to do is end up discrediting the truth movement.
So here's a Christian projection, right? This is exactly what they do to pagans, witches, and occultists and Satanists all the time. They try to harm the good reputation of someone or something. They do that all the time. They try to discredit us. This is Christian projection right here.
Yep, it's sad, but he'll never see it.
or something, or also the loss or lack of reputation or respect. So people who come to this YouTube channel or YouTube channels like this one to get information on things that they should avoid, especially when it comes to parenting, and they're end up going, it's going to hurt us because now we are putting out sensational information for views and attention based on stuff that is absolutely ridiculous and doesn't make any sense. Okay. Now, one thing that I've been doing on my YouTube channel and on my social media pages as part of my ministry is exposing real toys that are really bad for your kids, that actually have a logical
Whoa, wait up a minute. Is he saying
Yep.
fidget spinners are okay for kids and that people are spreading lies about them, but yet he's actually defending fidget spinners? That's what it's sounding like to me.
Mm-hmm.
He
He's
is, yeah.
defending them.
Yeah,
I
you
am
got it
shocked.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Mario's defending something that is that people are taking out of context and saying it's okay, when other people are saying that it's evil. This is a first. I've never heard him say things like that about something being good.
Yep.
Unless
Well,
it's a fight.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even though in the Bible, like he just read for us, it said it clearly in the King James Version of the Bible in Romans, "Thou shalt not play with fidget spinners," and yet he's supporting them. So
Yeah. Though I like the little voodoo doll keychains on a separate note. Those things are just freaking adorable.
that shows that playing with these toys could definitely lead to some type of ungodly behavior. What is the ungodly behavior that a fidget spinner is going to cause in a child? Really, what is it? Is it going to get them into witchcraft? Is it going to get them into voodoo?
Maybe.
Is it going to get them contacting
really.
spirit? Is it going to get them to have a spirit of
Have you seen how those kids can stack like 7 fidget spinners on top of each other? Witchcraft
Shit.
right there.
yeah, shit. If you want people to get into witchcraft, just have them read the Bible.
rebellion?
Read the Bible,
Oh.
you'll get right into witchcraft.
And that little thing around their finger. Now, supposedly they say it's for ADHD or ADD. That's nonsense, by the way. They're just using that to sell. It's not actually going to, it doesn't have any medical research to show that. But anyways, it's not going to lead the kids into things that real satanic toys will. I was at the breakfast place that I go to regularly, and I noticed this when I was about to pay for the breakfast. These voodoo child dolls, and they're made cute and cool. This here is something to raise
Sweet,
an alarm
bro.
about. This here is something parents should be worried about. Why is that? Because if your kid plays with this, there is the likely possibility that they will become interested in what is voodoo. Oh, I have a voodoo doll? Well, what's voodoo? Let me Google that and let me look a little bit deeper and, you know, get exposed to what the Bible would say is abominable witchcraft. So here we can see
Where in the Bible does it say voodoo is witchcraft? I want to know the passage where it says voodoo is evil. I want to see the actual word voodoo in the damn Bible.
It's all under
Please.
one big subcategory, though. It's just like
Oh,
anything Bible, witchcraft. There you go. It fits in the Bible now. So
Yeah, but,
I've read the Bible.
yeah,
It's
but
not in there.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, Loki's got a good point because they'll do the same thing in the Bible. Nowhere in the Bible does it say anything about Satan inventing witchcraft or the devil being involved in witchcraft, and yet they claim it all the time. Basically, they just take whatever they believe the Bible says, they interpret it and twist it for their own benefit. But it doesn't actually say anything in the Bible that Satan invented witchcraft or anything like that. They say that witchcraft is wrong and you shouldn't practice it, or somebody says it, but it's not connected to Satan at all.
down a path of
Oh, here.
potentially practicing things that God would say not to, voodoo and witchcraft. There are other examples, and I've been doing this on this YouTube channel for a long time. Several years ago, I did a video.
A little kitty Ouija board. Oh, that's cute. Oh, crap.
Okay, That is the most adorable pink and purple child's Ouija board I have ever seen. I totally need to get that for my niece. I have a niece and a goddaughter. They totally need this. And they need to make sure that the blood of Christ is spilt on it and have satanic symbols drawn on it. Totally. Oh God.
They could call it the spirit of whoever they want. They could call it the spirit of Bozo the Clown or whatever.
Oh, the great spirit of Barbie, come and aid me so I can be pretty and rich and have an awesome car like you and beautiful blonde hair. Oh, Barbie, I worship thee.
Yeah, but let's not be silly. I mean, Barbie didn't actually exist, so you couldn't actually call it the spirit of Barbie.
True. Or you can call it the spirit of your first dead goldfish.
No, hey, there you go. Your dead hamster or your dead cat. Yeah, there you go.
Or that gerbil of yours who went to the gerbil farm to live a long and happy life.
Yes, exactly.
I am
Still
never
with
going
that
to trust you
gerbil.
guys to babysit any of my pets now. So
I have 2 rabbits and a cat, and they're perfectly fine. I promise.
However, we've never seen the rabbits on camera.
There's a picture of one right now as my icon. Do I need to attempt to grab a hold of the evil one
Yeah,
named
but
Bella?
you've had that same icon for years.
Actually, yeah, I've had it for 2 years. That was his
All
baby
right.
picture.
Okay.
I'm not
We've
gonna lie.
We've seen that black cat. That's about it. We've never seen these supposed rabbits of yours.
I'll make Soren hand me the
Alleged.
black bunny.
Alleged rabbits.
I'm just gonna have to do a video showing my rabbits so you guys believe that they're alive. God damn. For the love of Lucifer.
Satanic Ouija board for children. As you can see, they even made it pink. So here, again, we have a child's toy. Now, the child will play with this, and there's a direct logical correlation to the child doing something ungodly and wrong. The child is being deceived subtly by Satan to engage in spirit contact. Now, just a little
I love how Mario is so calm, and it's like, there's no logical conclusion that your child is not going to call up the spirit of Satan be possessed.
Oh God. God, why do people take this man seriously? By the way, my friend who I don't know if he's so currently Mormon, but he just said, I don't worship Satan, I worship the St. Puff Marshmallow Man. I love Friends.
The flying spaghetti monster.
Ask them for guidance. We are essentially handing over our free will, and that is what they need in order to start spiritually oppressing people. So if your child is playing with a pink little Ouija board, there is concern there because they are now practicing
get back to
spiritism
fidget
and
spinners, Mario. Come on.
spirits, which the
Yeah,
Bible
really.
says. Oftentimes they try and contact the dead, which is wrong. The Bible says you don't do that. It's a huge sin, necromancy, and all those things like that. So, this is something parents to be concerned about, not these little fidget spinners that don't have a direct correlation. Okay, there's no correlation. There's no correlation between spinning your little fidget spinner and somehow the child going into some type of occult satanic. Here's another toy that, yes, this one you should worry about.
No, rats are cool. Rats are
Yeah.
the cool little fashion dolls, and you can actually take them apart and make them look
Rats are-
cooler by painting them.
Oh,
Sometimes
cool.
They're actually cool little dolls, and we also collect from the Monster High series. We have those dolls too because they're just cool looking.
witches, these rebellious Jezebel spirited dolls. So when your child, your young girl, plays with this, today could be boys playing with these. Anyways, so when your
And what is wrong with that? What the hell is wrong with boys playing with dolls along with their G.I. Joes?
Because it's not Christian. That's why.
Right, and it's not manly. Fuck
Exactly,
it, I
it's
say all
not.
men should go out and buy dolls and play with them. Let's
that's
make Mario cringe.
That's what GI Joes are for.
I know.
It's
I
a
like G.I.
doll.
Joe dolls. I have G.I. Joe dolls.
Yeah, it's a doll. So boys do play with dolls.
Exactly, damn it.
Mario should.
Jezebel
Mario's just.
lost witchcraft type of girl. Okay, so here we see that there is a possibility. So there you go. Okay, this is good ministry. This is good exposing toys that on a logical level will directly lead to things that we can identify are bad for kids. So this is not sensational exposés like the ones that we're seeing. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and clarify that because so many people right now are freaking out over these spinners. There's a bunch of fake, false truthers and Christians out there who are spreading this. Now, keep in mind, I think it's disciples.
Well, it's a good thing Mario told us that fidget spinners are not satanic. I can
Yes.
continue using mine now.
Exactly.
Yay! Now everybody go out and buy a fidget spinner and make sure it looks like the Illuminati triangle because that one's pretty badass.
It is. It is very nice. See, Mario's just upset because he got a fidget spinner stuck up his butt.
By accident, of course.
Yeah, well, it was all for a Christian research.
All right, I'm going to bring it back to our live faces now. Unless you guys have any more videos you'd like to...
Well, is there still 4 minutes left of this?
It's just going to be the whole
of
going
Jesus
on about
Christ
fidget spinners again, so...
Yeshua, I think you changed your name, brother. One of my subscribers and a
Well,
young
let's
brother
keep up with it because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
that you yourself
Why must you torture
are
me,
spreading
people?
misinformation, but I do believe
Because you're the one who put it up here.
logical. Let's be sober in mind, guys. Let's not discredit our movement, okay? Because that is the great danger with these guys' videos. They are totally discrediting truth, okay? And that is, we're going to lose our lack of reputation or respect. And
You
that
don't
is
have a reputation or respect. You're a dickwad. That's the
truthful.
thing.
And really, parents should be worried about. Okay, so yes, little voodoo dolls that your kids play with, no, that is satanic. Ouija boards, yeah, no, satanic.
Yeah,
This,
no.
yeah, satanic.
Yeah. No.
This, yeah, lost your mind. All right, thanks for taking the time, everyone. This is TVC saying God bless. Stay sober in mind. Stop falling for absolute nonsense. Stay vigilant and fear
So
no
you're telling people not to watch your videos, Mario. And that is the best way to sell your channel. Yes. Don't fall for these bad little hoax. ... Then you wouldn't have a channel. Dear fucking God, Mario.
He is so funny.
It's kind of fun listening to him because half the time sometimes is just so calm when he's doing this. And then he gets so worked up around the end, it's just kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At Haagen-Dazs.
Ooh, Haagen-Dazs.
I just wish these bad.
Ooh, ice cream.
You're doing well. Welcome. Live super chat. Thank you so much for everyone who has been in here, or who is here. I see I got some mods in here. And,
Oh my god, is this his live stream?
some fellow brothers and sisters
Yeah,
from the
you
faith.
know what? We got to crash his live stream one of these days.
Yeah, we
Super
need
awesome.
to crash his live stream one day.
Yeah.
That'd be so
Um,
much fun.
And just go into the chat, just start asking him some asinine questions.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be so much fun.
Does he say when he has these?
No, guys.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know if you've seen my
We would
previous
have to
videos.
subscribe to him and put on the notification in order for it to ding to let us know when he has one.
Those
Okay.
have done this and know about. But notifications are not fully being sent out. So I'll show you something here. If you're wondering why I'm catching this after the fact, and it's been YouTube added that little bell, and now you have to click on all notifications.
Okay, so that's why we're not
here's
getting our
what I'm gonna
notifications
work on
anymore,
called
anybody?
Uprising, and
I'm
as you
still
can
getting my
see,
notifications.
YouTube didn't automatically send me all the notifications. So in fact, I've got to click save Jews
There
or
we go.
Gentiles. Whether
Who
we
thinks the world is flat?
and have all been made to drink.
Well,
into
I don't
one
know,
spirit.
but on the Facebook group for the Flat Earth Society, apparently, according
It
to
is the
them,
foot-
they have
I'll say,
they
because
have
I am
groups all over the
I am-
world.
or not of the body. And if the ear shall
Wow.
say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is there therefore not of the body? Or is it therefore not of the body? If the whole body were an eye, were we where where we were where would be the hearing? If the whole were hearing, where would be the smelling? God hath
What?
set members, every one of the body in the body, as it has pleased him. And if all were all one member, where would be the body? But now are many members, yet but one body. And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary. And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon those we bestow more abundant honor. And our comely
Whoop.
parts have more abundant comeliness. Okay, so all that to say, basically, I am not the part of the body here that is concerned about whether or not the earth is flat or round.
Oh
Now, I
man.
am going to say that I've investigated it, and it's worth investigating. If you have an interest to this, and this is one of the ways that the Lord is working to show you truth and bring you to himself, have no problem with that. But I am not called to preach flat earth. I'm preaching the gospel as an evangelist called by God to preach the gospel. And the gospel isn't the flat earth. Okay, so you might get to the gospel by researching the flat earth. And if that's the case, that's a great thing. I mean, anything that leads us to God is awesome.
But wouldn't that be really concerning if your followers believe that the earth is flat? Because that'd put a lot of holes in, well, science pretty much.
Yeah. Which channel is this on?
This is
Okay,
the
yeah.
actual official Vigilant Christian channel.
Okay.
I don't know. Since I'm signed in on Heathen Haven, should I leave a nice like? Oh, I have no idea.
But that is not my calling. Okay, so I did see someone in here post some comments. I hope he wasn't taken out of here. Just a
Out.
sec.
Check it out to here.
No. Okay. Now, there's some people that say that it proves Genesis and everything like that.
I think I'm in the wrong
I'm a
business
Pharisee,
here.
Just
Like,
don't-
look at Mario. He has expensive headphones, an expensive mic. Maybe I should create my own Christian channel because they get paid pretty well, apparently. So
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does he just radiate the look of complete utter douchebag? Though I'm looking at his haircut and his shirt, and I'm like, that he reminds me of some of the guys I've seen at Gay Pride that are the gayest closeted people I know that look like nothing more but douche boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
he
he's
has to
pretty-
be in the closet.
Yeah, he's pretty douchey too.
No, you can't be calling them morons and stuff like that. Just, be loving. And this is another problem. It seems to cause a lot of division back and forth. And that is not pleasing to God. Anytime that we're divided, it's not a good thing. So faith family, don't allow minor issues like this to cause division. And if they do, then you need to actually step back and reanalyze what that's all about, okay? So I'm going to show you what I am called to do and why when you send me emails on the flat earth, I probably won't respond or really read them for that matter, because I'm not concerned about this overly. I've investigated it, and I'm sure there's something that NASA's lying about, and you're probably onto something, but I don't take too much time on that. I try and value my time and put it to the most effective places. And the shape of the earth is not going to help me in my personal walk with God. Whether the earth is flat or round, that's not going to make my walk with God stronger. Okay, So what the Great Commission is found in Matthew chapter 28, verses 18 to 20. And Jesus came and spake unto them, saying, All power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the earth. Amen.
Is there any objections if I find a new video?
No, I mean, I mean, this is kind of boring, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mario is boring.
Well, I mean, he's just reading Bible passages. It's like, and then he's also giving us his interpretation of the Bible passages, which I just think is ironic. You know, they go, oh, well, the Bible is the Word of God, but yet I still interpret it for my own needs. But Dorian, I just want to check in with you about the time, because you had posted in Twitter that you wanted to end the stream at 9:30.
Preferably, yeah. I just got a couple things I got to do before a really early morning, and I didn't want to let anyone down.
But
so.
no, that's okay. Well, no, I mean, you got to take care of what you need to take care of. So what time is it your time right now?
It is 9:27 my time.
Okay. Well, if you want to end it at 9:30, that's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fine with
we
it
could,
too.
Yeah, so we could just wrap this up before we start this video, and we'll just start this on the next one. So just go ahead and just save it in the watch later folder, and we'll watch this next time. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, let me just bring this up and go. Whoa! Hallway.
Woo!
So yeah, so we're gonna end it a little early because Dorian's got stuff he has to do tomorrow. So
Yeah. And I'm a little sad. Our little stalker girl didn't come visit us. Oh well.
I know I was gonna. Yeah, really. Oh well, maybe next time.
Maybe. But 8 of
So.
you did. 8 of you like us.
Yes.
Well, I hope everyone had a good time. I know I had some pretty fun times watching this. So
Yeah, it's always fun. So
Yeah. We do need to do one day. We do all need to get on and just crash somebody's live chat. May it be Call from the Uprising or Mario. That'll be so much fun.
oh, a call for an uprising. That guy's just annoying as hell. I think it'd be better to do Vigilant Christian. I mean, and also a call for an uprising. I don't think he has live streams anymore.
Really?
I was on a couple of his live streams that he never published because I fucking exposed his ass,
Yeah.
and he just was completely flipping out, and he never made those live. And I was challenging him. I was like, when are you gonna put those on your website, or when are you gonna make those public? And he's like, oh, I'm gonna do it. You'll see. And I'll make you look like a fool. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll be waiting for him. He never did. He never published them.
Well, that's because he's afraid.
I'm not sure about you.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was about to say, I think he's just afraid to do it because he knows that people may be listening to you more than him at that point.
Right. Exactly. Yep. So.
Well, I'm not sure about you guys, but those Now You See TV, I tried to watch one of their live streams yesterday, and they've gone pretty downhill.
Yeah. Is that was the one about the Golden Dawn and Jack the Ripper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching about 40 minutes of it, and they just have such an anti-Freemason narrative. I mean, it's insane. I don't know why they hate Freemasons so much. It's crazy.
I think it's the biggest thing for them to hate on right now because they can prove Freemasons exist, where they can't really prove that the Illuminati exists. So.
Yeah, but yeah, right. I see what you're saying, Loki. But still, I mean, it's like, but Freemasons are just so they don't. I mean, all they do is they raise money for for shelter, or not shelter, excuse me, retirement homes and schools, and they're pretty boring. I mean, no offense to Freemasons who are out there, but I mean they're kind of boring people. They don't really do too much, They don't dance naked in the woods like pagans.
We have fun doing that, okay?
Exactly.
So
You don't have wild sex orgies.
it is for Doreen 9:30 and us 8:30. So we better let him go and get some sleep.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks, Doreen. You did a great job.
Our first
was-
successful live stream as host.
Yay!
So
And I
I'm a-
believe next week it's your turn, Hellbound.
Yep, it sure is. Yep.
all right, guys, I had fun. I can't wait to see you guys next week. So
All right.
All
Thanks.
right.
Good night. Good night, all.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Blessed be.